everyone, welcome back to Cowabunga Corner. In this episode, I am reviewing what has to be one of my favorite episodes because it helped introduce me to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters. And that episode is A Thing About Rats. In this episode, we get to meet Baxter Stockman. What an amazing character to be able to go through every field of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, starting with the Mirage comics. He was even in the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. The only things that did not touch him was the movies and the Next Mutation. But otherwise, we have Baxter in Mirage, original cartoon, Archie comics, 4Kids series, Dreamwave comics, and, of course, the new Nickelodeon series. He is all over the place. What a character to have so many different aspects and always creating his mousers. His mousers are his. Now, Baxter in the original cartoon series is different than any other Baxter Stockman out there unless that Baxter was based off him. Like the one in the Coming Out of the Shells tour and the Archie comics was based off the original cartoon series Baxter. He was human and was white. He is the main version of a white Baxter Stockman. Otherwise, inside the first comic book that he was introduced in, which was issue 2 of Mirage, he was a black guy. So, Baxter inside this version is different. They made sure to set that in his looks and his personality, everything. He's a goofball. He's nothing like the Baxter that you see inside the comics where he's a very serious scientist who wants to corrupt his mousers into being thieves and get lots of money and be a very wealthy guy. But this Baxter genuinely wanted to help with the rat problem when he created his mousers. That makes him different. That right there shows that this Baxter could have been a good guy. He really could have gone on a different path. He was not evil. He wanted to sell his mousers. The rodent places would not accept him. Shredder found him and said, I could use that. So Shredder grabs a hold of Baxter and says, you're working for me. Baxter does the work. He's exhausted, tired, goes to go home, and Shredder sends some foot soldiers to kill him. The Turtles find out about him and everything because they fight the Mousers. They go, and instead of talking to him, after they save his life from the foot soldiers, so they know that he's not on good terms with the Shredder, they tie him up and threaten him to talk. What? Where'd that come in? So, Baxter's caught by the authorities for making the Mousers and causing all the trouble in the city. And he's locked up in Looney Bin because he talks about giant talking turtles. This episode was fun as we see the character get pulled into the series. And he takes a total spin when he comes back into the series. But in this episode alone, Baxter's not really with the Shredder. He is a hired person to make machines for the Shredder. He does not know what the Shredder's up to. Obvious Shredder's not up to any good, but Baxter wants recognition. So he's going to work for the Shredder. The Turtles are just trying to save Splinter. But the way they go about it had me question, you guys just saved them, why not say, hey look, Shredder sent those people after you, work with us, tell us where he is. Instead, Raph has to pull out a sign and say, you better or else I'm going to get sarcastic. So, it's a very curious moment there in the first 5 episodes of Turtles. We're talking episode 3. Bebop and Rocksteady's already in the picture. Shredder's Technodrome's already been there. They've already fought Shredder himself. It's been right there in the first so many episodes, and boom. A great thing happened also in this episode, besides for the stuff with Baxter Stockman. One of the things that I really like is Krang messing up. Krang's like, I want my body! And so he turns around and goes and frees Michelangelo. Shredder's winning! But Krang's like, I'm never going to get my body if I don't do this. And he gets Michelangelo free. Mikey goes down, takes on Shredder by himself, and saves his brothers. Another point that Mikey was not useless. Mikey was the one who went in and took care of it. The building came down on him. So it was a very, very unique episode with some of the things that switched around in there. And it is one of my favorite episodes because of that. You can find this episode on Volume 1 DVD of the original cartoon series. And of course, it is in this awesome full series DVD pack that looks like the Turtle van. Which, by the way, is Baxter Stockman's van that the Turtles stole. So, if you didn't know that, yes, it's a stolen vehicle that the Turtles have. And Baxter never seemed to report it because no one ever went after the Turtles for theft. But, fun stuff. Early episodes are a lot of fun. You get to really start to know the feel of the characters. The first 5 episodes were made just to be 5 episodes. So those first 5 episodes you can watch alone without watching the rest of the series and just enjoy them. I really like it that we got to know Baxter Stockman in there. That is the first version of Baxter I know. Of course, everyone else knows that later he turns into the Fly Baxter Stockman. Sugar! And goes after Sugar a lot. But, that's where they went with him. I personally like Baxter better as a human, which makes A Thing About Rats an awesome episode. Now, next week here on Cowabunga Corner, we are going to have a special guest. He did the voice of Donatello in the second Ninja Turtle movie. So no, we're not talking about Corey Feldman or Barry Gordon or Sam Riegel. We're talking about Adam Carl. This is the only film of Ninja Turtles that he worked on, and it's very rare to find an interview or anything with him for the work he did on Ninja Turtles. So we are excited to say we found Adam. He has agreed to an interview, and we'll have him right here on Cowabunga Corner next week. Be back and check it out. We'll see you next time. Cowabunga!
Hi, I'm Adam Carl. I was the voice of Donnie in Secret of the Ooze, and you're watching Cowabunga Corner. I'll be on the next episode.